One of the things that really upsets me, a lot of things upset me, but this upsets me, is that the people who are talking about poverty and what should be done are the people who are least likely to be affected. So we're talking about policymakers, we're talking about my colleagues, middle class people who are not worrying about their lack of health care, health insurance. They're not hourly wage earners. So I feel like I'm also living in a bubble, right? So I live a very comfortable life, in a great neighborhood, great schools, all the things that I talk about in terms of what works. And so what that means is that I also hear what people are saying, right? So the conversation is, it's so bad. Why are people, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, whatever store, don't open on those days, right? You're horrible, you're Scrooge, you're this, that, and the other. And then I'm like, that is such a classist thing to say. It's classist. Because if you depend on an hourly wage, and if you and I did, when I was growing up, and so did my parents. So I know that people sometimes like to work on the holidays because you get paid time and a half, right? So if you close the store and I'm not able to work and I depend on those hours and the extra money to be able to provide for my family, then where does that put me? So there's like this, moral ground that I think people sort of take without really thinking about, well, what's the impact of the people and the workers? Now, if you were to say, well, close the stores and pay the workers, then that's a different story. But the idea that we'll close the store because you're being a Scrooge, everybody should be home with their families, doesn't really take into consideration the complexity of people's lives. For me, what's different is being inside of those kind of conversations where people are talking about what should be done, or poor people and all the policies, and then having lived it and knowing what it's like on a day-to-day, and knowing the disconnect between what we're saying works and what we're proposing and the actual, what's actually happening in people's lives. That discrepancy.